Say, Nipsey, have you got a poem for us?
Indeed I have. I saw a statue of Venus de Milo. As I looked at her there on the shelf, I said, imagine a woman with a figure like that and no hands to defend herself.
That's what this show is all about, jokes. And here are today's guest joke tellers, Jack Carter, Nipsey Russell, Maurice LaMarche, and Marty Allen. They're all here to play the Jokes on Us. And here's the star of our show, Monty Hall.
Hello, gang. Hello. Never mind. I just send in the usual payments. All right. These four wonderful comedians are going to join us on the Jokes on Us. And it's a wonderful show with a lot of laughter in store. So if you just want 30 minutes of good laughter, settle back and enjoy it. And now let's meet the two players who are going to play some games with us for some money and also have some jokes and laughs too. And Mr. Hoyt, who is our first contestant?
Well, Monty, meet a secretary, Linda Walsh.
Linda, how are you? Very nice. How are you?
Pretty, man.
Yes, she is pretty. She's a secretary?
Yes.
Don't be afraid to speak right up, dear.
Take a letter.
Very. How long have you been secretary?
Oh, about 5 years now.
About 5 years. Very
This is
good.
the office party. Did you hear about the two secretaries? And the boss walked by. He was handsome, and one said, "Doesn't the boss dress wonderfully?" And the other one said, "Yes, and fast, too."
Naughty. Is that the kind of story you hear around the office?
Sometimes.
Oh, you do?
Oh, let's go to her office.
I'm sorry about that.
yeah.
Now, our next player is
Ian Morrison, the manager of a fast food restaurant.
a fast food restaurant. That's the quick hamburger store and stuff like that, right?
How fast was it? There. It was so fast. No, fast food restaurant? Okay, I'd like 5 hamburgers, 6 French fries, and that's to go. Can I get it to go?
Sure, now. Linda and Ian, this is a very simple game. These comedians are going to tell a joke. They come right down to the punchline. They'll stop right there. The other comedians will fill in the punchline. 3 different punchlines to every joke. Your job is to try and figure out which is the original one that goes with that particular story. And when you do, you get points. One of the most points wins $250, gets to play an end game for $500 possibility. So it's a lot of fun and some good money, too. All right, we're going to start off with joke number 1. And here is our lovely model, Sylvie, to come out and give me that first joke. Hi, Sylvie. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sylvie Garant. She got the job by winning the Marty Allen look-alike contest. You believe that, don't you?
That's
Thanks,
no
dear.
joke.
All right, now the first joke is going to be told to us today by Jack Carter. Jack, come right up, please.
Jack,
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Jack.
Oh, I heard this.
Jack will look over the joke, then he'll tell it to us in his own words. He will not give us the punchline. The 3 comics will provide that punchline. You listen carefully. You're going to go first, Linda, and you determine which is the original to the story. All right, Jack.
Okay, this guy was driving his car, and his wife was in the back seat heckling him. He's driving. She's going, "You're going too fast. You're going too slow. Move along. Come on, Harry, drive here." And she's driving him nuts. Now he's driving. All of a sudden, he doesn't hear a word. Nothing from the back seat, and he's driving for miles. All of a sudden, a cop pulls him over. He says, "What's the matter, officer? I didn't break any laws." The cop looked at him and said, "Oh, your wife fell out about 3 miles back." And the husband said,
Is that what happened? I thought I'd suddenly gone deaf.
When the policeman yells, "Your wife fell out of the car," at the last corner, the driver, who sounds exactly like Kirk Douglas, says, "Is there a law that says I gotta go back and pick her up?"
When the policeman shouted, "Your wife fell out of the car at the last corner," the driver says, "I hope you're not going to fine me for littering."
Now, I ask, is that a nice way to talk about a wife? I ask you. Is that a nice way to talk about a wife? Who else, Jack? All right, now you've heard these 3 punchlines. All you have to do is tell me the one that is the original one that goes with the joke. The 3 punchlines are, "I thought I'd suddenly gone deaf. I had to go back. Do I have to go back and pick her up? And the last one is you're not going to find me for littering, are you? Which one do you think is the original?
I thought I'd suddenly gone deaf.
I thought I'd suddenly gone deaf. I open up the envelope. I don't know what the punchline is. I like them all. And the correct one was, I thought I'd suddenly gone deaf. Right. Linda, pick up the first 5 points. Ian, it'll be your turn next. As we turn now to who's going to do the next one? Nipsey, you going to do the next joke?
Why not?
Come on, okay. Sylvie, can I have the next one, please, for Nipsey? All right. You take the other one back with you, and here, Nips, study this one. Study that one, and then we'll have the other 3 comics provide the punchline of this one, and Ian will determine the correct punchline. Nipsey goes.
A guy's having trouble with his wife in bed. Sex life is just nothing. It's going all to pot. So he talks to a friend. A friend says, why don't you get a water bed? The water bed may have great magical effects. He meets a guy a week later, and he says, how did the water bed work out? And the guy said,
Ever try making love to your wife while she's wearing a snorkel and fins?
When his friend asks, how did the waterbed work out, he answers, let me put it this way. Did you ever hear of the Dead Sea?
I don't know if that's the right one, but I like it. Jack?
How did the waterbed work out? Terrible. In addition to her headache, now she gets seasick.
Very good punchline. That's going to be a tough one for you. That, usually, you know, when you listen to these things, you figure that you know which one it is. But in that case, you got 3 good punchlines. They were wearing a snorkel and fins, she was doing. And the second one said, you ever hear of the Dead Sea? And additional to the headache, she's now seasick was the third one. Which do you think is the right one?
I think Dead Sea is the right one.
You think Dead Sea? All right, we'll open it up and see which the correct one is. The correct one is given to me is, would you believe it? Did you ever hear of the Dead Sea? And you were right. Nicely done.
Very good.
So you get 5 points. Both players,
That's
both guests
because
had 5
we're
points.
performing it so well
You
today.
are performing it well.
Yes.
You are doing that. Now, we'll be back with more jokes and more laughs right after these messages. Please don't go away.
Accommodations for the Jokes on Us are provided by the Toronto Hilton Harbor Castle overlooking the lake in downtown Toronto. Featured are award-winning dishes and affordable gourmet dining, including their famous seaside buffet. The Toronto Hilton Harbor Castle. Now back to Monty Hall.
Okay, thank you very much. Right here in the middle of the show, we'd like to ask one of our comedians to tell us a little story. This is our master impressionist, Maurice LaMarche. Maurice, you tell us, do one of your impressions about one of the comedians who would like to get on this show, for example.
Well, I know one guy that's not on the show today, and I think he's not happy about it.
Really?
I tell you, Monty, how come I can't get on the show, you know? I tell you, you got Jack, look at the kind of guys you got here. You got Jack Carter. You got Nipsey Russell. You got the guy with the pumped up hair over here. I don't get no respect at all, you know?
Very good, very good. Well, Maurice, you get our respect for that wonderful imitation of Bing Crosby, which is...
Thank you. I'm working on you next.
I know you're working on me,
down.
but you won't get it. All right. Now it's time for the next joke, and here comes Sylvie to give me the joke. And as she does,
Sylvie.
we are going to ask our third comedian to come up and tell us the story. And I guess it's Maurice's turn to come right back up
why
here.
not? Let's give this
See,
a
you
shot.
do get respect. Study that one, young fella. The next punchline is going to be worth 10 points. 10 points, Linda, and you'll have the opportunity. Okay, Maurice, are you ready?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, customer seated in a restaurant tells the waiter, bring me some soup. When the waiter comes back, the customer notices that the waiter's thumb is in his soup. And as he gets to the man's table, the customer, who sounds exactly like Johnny Carson, says, waiter, did you know that, did you know your thumb is in my soup? And the waiter looks down at him and says,
Relax, I didn't want your matzo ball to fall out.
When the customer screams, you know that your thumb is in my soup, the waiter looks down at him and says, I know, I sprained my thumb. The doctor told me to keep it in hot water. They laughed in the middle.
You're so good, they're laughing halfway through the joke.
When the customer screams, did you know your thumb is in my soup?
Yes?
The waiter looks at him and says, don't worry, it ain't that hot. I won't burn myself.
3 punchlines. And it's your turn, isn't it, Linda, to decipher which one has the correct punchline. Is it, I didn't want your matzo ball to bounce out? Or was it, I sprained my thumb and the doctor told me to keep it in hot water? Or the third one, which was, don't worry, I didn't burn myself. Which is the original punchline to that story for 10 points?
I think the matzo ball. Didn't want
The
the
matzo ball. The matzo ball jumping out. Okay, all right. Didn't want to stop the matzo ball. And that is not right. No, I sprained my thumb and the doctor told me to keep it in hot water. That's the right one. So you lose 10 points, and it goes over to Ian. And Ian now leads 15-5. All right, 4th joke for the day coming up. Sylvia presents joke.
Sylvie's walking towards us. Sylvia. Sylvia la mouse.
Cool it, Jack.
She's wearing a blood clot.
Marty, study this. This will be your turn, Ian. And again,
Good
worth
boy.
10 points.
Go
right.
to A.
I played the lottery today. Now I lay me down in slumber. I pray to God I hit my number. If I should die before I wait, put $5 on 108.
Nipsey's material now?
He's the smartest one in the dumb group.
Go.
Are you ready, kid?
A man comes home unexpectedly from the office and finds his wife in bed with another man. What the hell are you doing? Shouts the irate husband. His wife turns to the man beside her in the bed and says,
You full of breast men will do anything to make a sale, won't you?
When the husband says, what are you doing? The wife turns to the guy beside her and says, boy, is he cranky. He must have had a bad day at the office.
When the husband says, what are you doing? The man, the wife turns to the man in bed beside her and says, didn't I tell you he was stupid?
Is that the best you can do?
No.
That's all right.
Let's try it again.
You know, wouldn't it be funny if that was the right
Only
answer?
the wife sounds like George Burns this time.
Oh, yeah, the wife.
Okay.
He's going to do it again, like George Burns. Right? No, okay, I'm just kidding. All right, now you've heard our 3 comedians with their 3 punchlines. This will be worth 10 points to you. Which do you think is the original? Do you want me to review them for you one more time? The Fuller Brush
it's an
Band will
old
do
joke.
anything.
It's-
Right, you remember that one? Fuller Brush, yeah. Second one was he had a bad day, Dobbs. Third one, didn't I tell you he was stupid? Which one do you think?
It wouldn't be Full of Brush Man, because that's a Cary Grant did that movie, I think.
Right.
I think it'd be, don't you think he's kind of stupid?
Don't you think he's kind of stupid? Well, we'll soon find out.
You don't agree.
And the correct answer is, didn't I tell you he was stupid? Very good. 10 more points for him. He leads now 25-5. And so with the next one worth 50 points, anybody can still win. We'll be back after our next set of messages. And you guys think about some funny ad-libs.
Yeah. Let's rehearse those about it.
Once again, here's the star of our show, Monty Hall.
First of all, I want to make a public apology. I walked right over to Maurice LaMarche and I said, the best you can do with the punchline shows you how much I know. That was the right answer, wasn't it? All right, well, I love playing the game just like the others, too, and not knowing what the answers are. In this case, however, in our final joke, I get to tell the joke. Yes, and 3 of you will provide the punchline.
And I get to screw it up again.
And who's going to reveal the answer?
I don't know.
Who wants to do that? Nipsey, would you do that for me? Can I have the final joke, please, dear? I'll
Yes.
take the joke, and Nipsey, when
Yes.
it comes time to reveal, you do
Yes,
it.
I think Sylvia and I should have a
I
platonic
think so.
relationship.
You do.
Yes.
All right. Let me study this for just a moment.
Ask me what I mean platonic.
What do you mean platonic?
Me play for her and a tonic for me.
Oh, that's too old. That's the worst.
Everybody tell them what you think of that joke. All right.
He's older than what he looks.
Mrs. O'Brien gives birth to triplets.
Triplets, eh?
Yes, now, and everyone comes to the hospital to see the babies and to congratulate her. She says to her friends, do you know what the doctor said? He said something like this happens only once in every 200,000 times. One of her admiring neighbors is completely flabbergasted. She says, once in 200,000 times.
No wonder you both were kind of funny.
The neighbor says, once in every 200,000 times. When did you have time to do the housework?
And the neighbor said, once in every 200,000 times.
Yes, no.
No wonder your husband comes home for lunch every day. He's not sticking with the Irish.
Yes, you like that? Calypso, did you notice that? All right. Right now, we're going to ask both of you folks to declare which one you think was the right punchline. You're both going to do it. The cards of the names of the comedians are on your desk. Select the card, but don't reveal it just yet. The one who guesses right gets 50 points. In this case, you might make a comeback, Linda, and win the game. Ian, of course, you could shout her out if you had it right. If you're both wrong, Ian still would win. So all the possibilities still exist. And now, I'll just review the punchlines one more time. Both walk kind of funny. The second one was, when did you have time to do the housework? And the third was, no wonder your husband comes home for lunch, and you know who said them. So now, Nipsey will reveal the correct answer to that punchline.
The answer is, when did you have time to do the housework?
When did you have time to do the housework? That was Marty Allen. So now, if you said Marty Allen, Linda, you'll get 50 points. What was your answer? She says Marty. She has 50. She goes up to 55. It's all up to Ian right now. Does Ian have Marty? If he does, he wins. No, he did not. He had Maurice, and the winner is Linda.
Oh, my God.
Very good.
Nice comeback, Linda. I'm sorry, Ian, that you didn't win, but thank you for being with us. And there'll be a nice gift waiting for you backstage. And when we return, Linda, you're going to play a little game called Add a Word for another $500. You get $250 for winning this game, and possibly another $500, and we'll get to that right after these final words.
Now, back to the Jokes on Us and Monty Hall.
Thank you. Now our winner, Secretary Linda, is going to play Add a Word for $500, and here's what's going to happen. Over there on our board, there's an incomplete sentence. It says, please take my. Then each star in turn must come up with a word with whatever letter will show up underneath there. For example, the first letter dropping down is A, and Jack Carter would say, please take my
Apple.
apple. Then Nipsey would repeat that and then add a word of his own. The next letter comes down, Nipsey says,
take my apple and my fruitcake.
take my apple, my fruitcake. Then Maurice and Marty would add, and we'll go twice around to get 8 answers. You listen to these 8 answers, then you must repeat all 8 correctly. And if you do, you get $500. The only rules here that you have to worry about are that when they get hung up trying to remember the previous word, you can help them. They cannot help each other, and they cannot help you. Okay? You understand about not helping. You understand it?
I ain't gonna do any answer.
And one more thing. One more thing. It all has to be done in 60 seconds, so don't kid around. Let's really help Linda do this. Are you ready? As soon as the first letter drops down, Jack, you will say, I love a good, and the clock will start. Are you ready? Let it come down.
Oh, God. I love a good popsicle.
I love a good popsicle and a sucker.
I love a good popsicle and a good sucker and a good dog.
I love a good popsicle, a good sucker, a good dog, and a good roof.
On a good popsicle, a good sucker, a good dog, good roof, and a good baseball.
I like a good popsicle.
I like a good popsicle, a good sucker, a good dog, good roof, a good baseball, and a good marshmallow.
I love a good popsicle, sucker, dog, roof, baseball, marshmallow, and lamb.
I love a good popsicle, sucker, dog, roof,
Baseball.
baseball, marshmallow,
Lamb.
lamb, and windows.
Go.
I love a good popsicle and a sucker and a dog and a roof and baseball, a marshmallow, a lamb, and window.
Marty blew it. Now, he didn't say, I love a good woman with a W. How did you play?
Everybody's waiting for you to say, I love a good woman when a W came up. But what did you say?
I had something else in mind.
What did you say? I love a what?
I forget window.
A good window? I love a good window?
Yeah.
I'm a peeping
Okay.
Tom.
My hat.
That explains it.
Then my hat. I love a good dog.
I got
And that's what Marty's peeping in the window.
All right.
Not only that, you can look at his hair and see what he saw when he looked through there.
Linda has just won $500 in cash, $250 for the game, a total of $750. Thank you.
Great.
Congratulations to you,
Thank
Linda.
you.
And happiness on your forthcoming run.
Thank you.
Hey, Jack. Wait, before we go off the air, tell us a quick little story, will you?
A quick little story. Well, I was in Miami recently, all of us working down there for what we call the condominiums. And it was, and these people were really old in this place.
How old were they?
Well, the average age was deceased. Anyway, these three little old guys were sitting on a bench, you know, and this beautiful busty nurse walked by and one said, oh, yeah, I'd like to give her a kiss. And the second guy said, I'd like to give her a kiss and a hug. And the third little old guy said, I'd like to give her a kiss and a hug. And what's that other thing we used to do?
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, all comedians. We'll see you next time with some more funny jokes and some more funny punchlines. Monty Hall saying, no matter who tells it, the joke's on us.
I told you, when I was in the I thought it was